work motivated by the desire to eradicate poverty, underdevelopment, inequalities, and unemployment among the youth. This is a clear pathway to attain a prosperous, value-based county and high quality of life. Pursuant to the provisions set out in Section 32K of the County Governments Act, I hereby give an account of the state of devolution by presenting the progress report of all the sector performance under my leadership. This address also highlights my unwavering commitment to deliver transformation by resolving development challenges facing this county. Mr. Speaker, sir, on fiscal reforms and performance. The county gross product at current price dropped from Kenya shillings 121 billion shillings in 2021 to Kenya shillings 120 in 2022, a drop of 2.5% occasioned by the impact of COVID to the country economy and the nation at large. During the same period, the county also experienced depressed rainfall for more than 4 seasons, leading to prolonged drought. This led to the county's overall poverty rates increasing from 34.5% in 2015 to 45.5% in 2020 and dropped to 39.1% in 2021. Our on-source revenue mobilization in the year 2022-2023 was 891 million, up from 749 million in the previous year. This achievement accounted for 82% of our total revenue target, highest achieved since 2013. This is exemplary performance from our revenue team under the leadership of the Executive Committee Member for Finance, Damaris Kavoy. The financial year was an election year, and despite the transition challenges, the team managed this performance. We are organizing rewards and recognition meeting for the team before the end of the year. In the current financial year, the county government has projected to generate on-source revenue of 1.2 billion. We are progressively on the journey to this ambitious yet achievable target ambitious yet achievable target. As of 30th November 2023, we have collected 3,524 shillings 423 cents, which is an increase of 17% compared with 225,737,540 shillings in the same period last year. Our on-source revenue is a critical component on sustainability of development. Our resolve is to ensure that OSR accounts for 20% of our budget by 2022, up to current 8%. To attain this, we have made the following efforts. Institutional re-engineering of the revenue administration from geographical approach to functional approach. This led to the establishment of 6 revenue divisions to coordinate various revenue streams, namely businesses, licensing, reporting and reconciliation, policy and strategy, land-based revenue, unstructured revenue, and A&A and entities revenue. Leveraging on technology to improve revenue administration through partnership with Safaricom in the deployment of My County App, the first of its kind innovation in the country. Entrenching cashless method of payment for county taxes, fees and charges. D, data-driven revenue mobilization, in which we have undertaken a comprehensive census of business establishments in Makueni. This will form a comprehensive revenue payers database, which is in line with international best practice. This exercise collected data from 24,771 active businesses. A unified billing to ensure all payments due to the county are made once. This will be made possible by creation of self-service portal and customer accounts to ensure you can pay your fees and taxes from the comfort of your handset. We will soon bring to this House a policy to institutionalize the concept of unified billing. The ultimate beneficiary will be the citizens of Makueni. F, entrenching ward as the basic unit of revenue administration. G, sensitization of ratepayers on the need for voluntary compliance. H, training and capacity building of the revenue team. In August this year, we had a comprehensive program championed by Commission of Revenue Authority. These measures have led to the improved revenue performance, and we appreciate the support of this County Assembly in encouraging our citizens to voluntarily pay their revenues. On land-based revenue, we have the highest amount of arrears, amounting to over Kenya shillings 300 million. On this note, I urge all landowners to register their properties and pay their rates. The rates for a plot of 50 by 100 in urban areas, the rates for a plot of 50 by 100 is only 4,000 in urban areas, which is a small fraction of the value of the said plots. True warning is in the little things, such as fidelity to the law in the implementation of the County Finance Act. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am grateful to this Assembly for the timely approval of our county planning documents and frameworks. I applaud you for approving the third County Integrated Development Plan, the annual development plan, and the budget. We are committed to ensure that there is strong linkage between policy, plans, and budget. Our nation is known for preparing first-class policy documents, but poor in implementation. As a county, we must overcome this development jinx. The CIDP3, whose overarching goal is a resilient economy for sustainable development, will officially be launched on 14th of December this year. To ensure effective budget execution, each department in Makueni County has operationalized a budget implementation committee. These committees, chaired by respective accounting officers, provide a mechanism for budget tracking implementation. In 2022, Makueni County was rated the second best county with respect to transparency in budget implementation. This is based on the County Budget Transparency Survey, which is carried out annually by the International Budget Partnership, IBP. In prioritizing people in our development, our vision is to ensure that our citizens participate not only in prioritizing the budget, but also in the development outcomes. On data and evidence-based decision-making, British mathematician Clive Hamby declared, data is the new oil. And indeed, in this digital economy era, we must adapt and continuously innovate to remain competitive. We have continuously prepared annual county statistical abstract with the 2023 series being launched in 2 weeks' time. I'm happy to report, ladies and gentlemen, that we launched the inaugural World Statistical Abstract in 2022, the first again of its kind in the nation. The segregation of data to the lowest level helps inform critical decisions in resource allocation. We have a memorandum of understanding with the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, who have been a key partner in the journey of strengthening county statistics. Under this arrangement, the county will benefit from exchange programs and specialized components such as survey design, data collection, data processing, analysis, storage, and leverage on infrastructure of Kenya National Surveys and data collection. This collaboration will be transformative. In the next 5 years, we will indeed set a new benchmark, all for the benefit of the citizens. We will equally empower the demand for quality data by all users, including the citizens. In fulfillment of Section 137 of the Public Finance Management Act, we operationalize the County Budget and Economic Forum. CBEF, as is famously known, serves as a think as well as means of consultation on financial and economic management. The forum, inducted by Commission of Revenue Allocation, developed its own code of conduct. I'm happy to report that this forum will soon visit selected development projects to review and assess. On the implementation of sustainable development goals, Makueni County was awarded by the SDG Kenya Forum as the best county in the implementation of programs and projects that were in line with the SDGs. Our resolve to ensure development is equitable and leave no one behind is unwavering. Our development approach is to develop local, homegrown solutions to global challenges. Indeed, we are thinking global while working local. On improved financial discipline, the government of Makueni County has put various measures to ensure fiscal discipline. I am delighted to report to this House that in the financial year 2022-2023, we achieved 92%, the highest ever absorption since 2013. This was not a mean achievement, with 2022 being an electioneering year and a transition year. But barely 7 months of working time, we have streamlined county payment system. No need for endless queues. Suppliers and staff are now paid while the comfort of their daily businesses and work. We have ensured internal controls and systems through the establishment of the County Audit Committee, which provides oversight to the operations of government. The committee presented to me its first inaugural report. I therefore call on all accounting officers to ensure they comply with the recommendations of the Audit Committee. Strengthened internal systems will improve efficiency and effectiveness in delivery of public service. I am committed to provide adequate resources to the committee to execute its mandate, since sustainable development is founded on good governance. In adherence to the doctrine of separation of powers, the County Assembly has exemplarily executed its mandate under Article 185(3). This has contributed to the excellence in fiscal discipline, accountability, and value for money. I have noted county executive members being invited to the various county assembly sectoral committees for scrutinies of programs and activities. This is in addition to the field oversight activities on the various programs, projects implemented by departments. I urge you all, the assembly, proceed, continue to be vigilant, with particular emphasis to the conditional grants and other grants. Under the Department of Devolution, the establishment of project management committees has ensured that people's participation throughout the project implementation. When citizens get involved through social accountability mechanism, they can monitor and hold public officers and elected officers to account for how public resources are spent and their performances in delivery of services. We will in the new year re-engineer the ward development committees, whose term has now lapsed, together with the proposal to establish villages councils under the County Governments Act. We appreciate the role played by national government and agencies. This government has collaboratively worked with institutions responsible for the oversight of our expenditure, such as the Senate, where I have appeared twice, on the extent of national revenue allocated to county governments, control of budget with regard to allocation of finances as per the county budget. ESCC have not been left behind with regard to integrity of government officials and corrupt risk assessment, and last but not least, the Office of the Auditor General on effectiveness of use of public resources. This has ensured improvement in the delivery of devolved service. On public service transformation, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is said that the staff are key asset in any organization. I am convinced beyond doubt our staff are not only the key asset, but the only asset we have. Therefore, the only thing we have is each other. We can only achieve delivery as a team. Ensuring the county public service is highly motivated, enthusiastic, and enjoying a conducive working environment is my top priority. I have noted gaps in public service. The county executive has discussed this at length, and a plan led by the county secretary is currently being carried out by holding meetings to address these gaps. Wao quick and no longer is a service mantra. We will entrench and institutionalize the culture of kujituma. The complexity of modern day world poses a challenge to the old held silo approach in delivery of services. The demand to be competitive and responsive as a county government to the citizens, we must collaborate internally, and therefore the adoption of the one government approach to devolved service delivery. In delivering citizen-centered services, departments and semi-autonomous government agencies are coordinated through the Department of Devolution. A citizen of Makueni just needs to walk to an agricultural office at the ward level and they are served on revenue or education matters. We are many departments and agencies, but one government. Our primary client, the citizen, just doesn't care which department they expect services from the county. We are in the process of developing a one government approach coordination framework that will be tabled in this house for consideration and approval. Within the period, the government has been able to undertake various staff recruitment and promotions. Within the health sector, the government has recruited 31 staff, while 141 of common and non-common cadre have been promoted, as 510 positions have been advertised for promotion. Under education, 1 in 11 CTTI instructors have been certified by NITA. At least 499 ECD teachers have been converted to permanent and pensionable employment terms. We have allocated in the just approved supplementary budget estimates for conversion of the ECD teachers to the correct job group. And to that, I thank this assembly. We will progressively ensure that all staff gratuity is paid within 2 years. These measures and attendant budget will be key towards motivating the staff of Makueni County. The past, members, is the past. We must move on. To enhance career progression, we have reviewed the staff establishment in order to address gaps in various departments. The document has been considered by the county executive and is now with a team of experts ready to be launched. My expectations, members, are that every officer strives to care and to do their job diligently. Work is sacred. Work is a form of worship If only we treated and cared about our work the same way we cared about our deity and worship. Proverbs chapter 2, 21, verse 29 states, "Show me someone who does a good job, and I will show you someone who is better than most and worthy of the company of kings." It is important to appreciate officers who have gone beyond the call of duty to diligently deliver services. We have many committed officers. Allow me to highlight a few. Number one, Stella Mulinge, a nurse at Kaya Dispensary in Kilongo, has worked out of her way to ensure NHIF claims are made and follows through to ensure the monies are disbursed. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, she is the officer with the most improved NHIF disbursements. Mercy Musau, a nursing officer in Kavalumbi Dispensary, Kalawa, works an entire day and sometimes an entire night to attend to deliveries, the whole night and the whole day, without any complaint. Number three, Christine Bahati Nzuke, the ward revenue officer in Kadonzweni. This gentleman has gone an extra mile in entrenching cashless payment in market entrance, livestock and stock movement fee, the most unorderly streams in the market. The performance has improved from full cash collections to over 70% of the collections being done through M-Pesa and 100% cashless collection in the livestock yards. Engineer Michael Maluke, a superintendent, roads engineer in Boni Sub-County, as champion, roads runoff water harvesting. He was selected among 3 green roads for water winners together with Pedro Moreira from Portugal and Pawan Jarki from Asian Development Bank of the open call for green road practices. His work involves engaging communities in making cutoff and meter drains and rehabilitating gullies to achieve desired outcomes of climate resilience and improve community livelihoods. These few examples demonstrate commitment and dedication to service. These efforts give us hope that we can transform the way we work in Makueni. I have instructed the county secretary to ensure all hard-working officers are commended for their efforts. At the same time, we must also sanction poor performance. Everyone must reap what they sow. We must orient performance to focus on the client and realize it is not business as usual. Under my leadership, we will reward performance not based on time in government, but by contribution towards transforming the lives of the people of Makueni. On strategic partnerships, Mr. Speaker, sir, the government's resolve to work with our partners is not about begging for support. And neither is it about privatizing the government, as many might think. Rather, development cooperation is a way to attain SDG goals. In fact, 40% of the county development expenditure is funded by partners. I'm currently in a team of governors trying to unlock resources stuck at the National Treasury from development partners. Parliament is currently mediating on the additional allocation bill, and we expect for this process to be expedited. 82% of funds from development partners have not been disbursed, yet we are approaching the end of the second quarter. In the same spirit, the government has been deliberate and systematic in building sustainable friendships. First, with the national government and its agencies, for they are the largest sources of development funding, and second, with other friendly bilateral and multilateral organizations in development practice. A good example is the gazettement of Q catchment in Makindu as a wetland, which I will elaborate later in this address. Jointly with our friends, the government has co-created the priorities of CIDP3. We invited them to give us their best practices and ideas on consultative meeting when we were compiling this important planning document. We have adopted and nurtured sectoral way of working with our partners where we not only share with each partner in the devolution space in Makueni, but we have a systemized joint working planning and implementation. Early in the year, the Departments of Agriculture, Water, Education, and ICT and Lands will have the first meeting of this kind with the World Bank in an attempt to find a single approach to identifying and implementing projects in Makueni. A similar meeting has been organized with the Netherlands Embassy early in the year 2024. Members, this way of working is aimed to position Makueni as a favored destination for external support and investments, and will continuously influence our partners, policies, practices, and programs towards Makueni. This way, members, we shall be able to tap into the vast resources and envelope and address our CIDP budget cap, which is approximately 38 billion shillings. The government has continued to work with long-standing partners, examples as follows: World Bank, UK Aid, USAID, Africa Development Bank, Food Agricultural Organization, in agriculture, lands, urban development, medium and small micro enterprise sectors, JPIGO, ThinkWell, and Nutrition International in health services. You are aware that this year, courtesy of ThinkWell, we hosted Bill Gates, the chairman of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, on primary healthcare delivery. C, Rural Electrification and Renewable Corporation, REREC, Kingdom Brothers, Strathmore University, and World Resource Institute in the energy sector. EDU Kenya, Kamara Kenya, Safaricom, and Ajiri in ICT, Polish Embassy, and the Movement for Community-Led Development in Emergency Preparedness and Devolution sectors. Mr. Speaker, sir, the county government had its second annual partners conference on 15th of November, in which the county assembly participated. During the above conference, the county government presented the following needs to the partners, and I can confirm to this house that some bilateral discussions have already begun. On 28th of November, I hosted His Excellency Mr. Bauten Bauer, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Netherlands to Kenya, Somali, and Seychelles, who came to explore areas of mutual partnership and cooperation. We are fronting the health and renewable energy sectors to them. The World Bank are interested to discuss with us how we can jointly scale up the World Development Planning Model for adoption country-wide. The KCB Foundation have equally come forward to discuss with the Department of Agriculture their support to the sector. In collaboration with the national government, our collaboration with the national government has resulted in various interventions which are implemented jointly with the county. This includes the reclamation of 980 acres of Q wetland in Makindu, where we have already planted 120,000 trees of the county target of 344 million trees by 2032. This catchment requires additional trees and fencing, which various partners have offered to do. The consultation on the gazettement of Q catchment began today. The law requires NEMA to conduct public engagement and a follow-up plan of nearly 8 to 9 legal steps that will protect the wetland as part of the Chulu water towers. I have so far attended 2 meetings at the Ministry of Environment after the tree planting exercise. B, the construction of Uutini Yekita, famously referred to as Uyi Earth Dam in Masonga Lane Ward, in collaboration with the National Drought Management Authority, The dam will benefit 65,000 people and 500,000 livestock. The total cost of the project is 55 million, with NDMA contributing 40, county government contributing 10, and the community contributing 5 million in kind. Both the executive and the county assembly must effectively play the facilitative role of sustainable partnerships in this system. We need to strengthen the institution and human resource capacity to attract grants and investment funds. All of us members have a responsibility. On water and sanitation, honorable members, water remains a key priority in our 10-point development agenda, which with the main target to increase accessibility, affordability, and quality of water for household consumption and use in agriculture and industry activities. So far, we have developed and rehabilitated more than 40 water projects, which has led to the increase of general water access in Makueni from 40% to 46%. Access to clean water for domestic use has increased from 14,000 cubic meter to 30,000 cubic meter. This has reduced the distance to the nearest water resource from approximately 5 kilometers to 4 kilometers. On the use of modern technology, we have installed automated water dispensing machines in 23 water kiosks, which has not only reduced non-revenue water, but also saved time taken fetching water. This has also significantly reduced loss of revenue since there is no handling of cash. On water governance, this is a key component in management of water schemes. Continuous capacity and training of water service providers as well as water committees on water resource management has boosted sustainability of our water projects. In the past, we have witnessed vandalism of water infrastructure in various areas, through which this assembly and the Water Act must address urgently. This administration has further operationalized the Makueni Rural Water Board, MARUA, recruited the Board of Directors for Kibwezi Makindu Water Sanitation and Mboni Water Sanitation Company to improve water management in our universal access agenda. Our commitment in this sector, as anchored in the CIDP 3, is to increase access to improved water sources from 46% to 70%, to reduce average distance to improve water sources from 3 kilometers to 2 kilometers, and to improve urban and rural water governance, liquid waste management, strengthen the sector policy, legal and institutional frameworks. On transforming the agricultural sector, in a county where 78% of the households are involved in agriculture, and agriculture accounts for 27.7% of our gross country product, the county government has continued to implement food security. Specific achievements are as follows. On grain value chain, the county has operationalized 7 satellite fertilizer depots at Kikima, Tawa, Mukuyone, Kasikeo, Nungune, Kidumane, and Kitise. These depots have received and distributed 17,870 50-kilogram bags of assorted planting and top dressing fertilizers to farmers this year. In addition, 31,384 bags have been distributed to the farmers from the main depots in Kibwezi, Emali, and Wote. The department will in due course engage members of this House in order to find suitable locations and budgets for opening more of these facilities. These facilities, members, will require personnel and infrastructure to operationalize. And the National Cereals and Produce Board have given us an undertaking that at a later date, they will transfer the facilities to the county. some 160,564 metric tons of assorted seeds, that is maize, beans, cowpeas, green grams, have been distributed to 88,104 beneficiaries over the last 2 seasons. I noted with concern about the uptake of fertilizer in Kitese, and I have requested the department to continue sensitizing the residents of that area and that ward on the value of these facilities and the fertilizer we are offering them. On the Makueni Integrated Grain Value Addition Plant in Makueni, this facility is now installed with machines for